What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel today. And today I will be making my 2024-2025 NFL playoff predictions. If you're watching my college football predictions, you probably know that I'm not doing great. I'm doing better than I usually do on brackets, but hopefully I can redeem myself with this bracket. So roll the intro and let's get into it. Okay, welcome back, and let's get into this bracket. First, we look at the AFC South champions, Texans versus the Chargers. So, the Chargers. I mean, you take a look at the Chargers. They have some decent wins. Nothing to really look back on. They have the Broncos win and the Bengals wins. Two pretty good teams. Bengals just missed the playoffs, and obviously the Broncos playing the Bills. But the Chargers, the Texans have struggled. Let's just talk about the Texans struggling so far. They have not looked good against good teams. They've beat the teams that they had to beat, but they're a tough team. They have Bosa, they have Khalil Mack, they have Herbert and McConkey. McConkey's been fantastic this year, and I think this offense is going to get going. I have the Chargers beating the Texans for a AFC West matchup in the divisional. So now Ravens and Steelers. I feel like the Steelers are like the Penn State of the NFL. They're always good every year, but everybody knows they're not like the Ohio State or like the Texas or the Georgia that everybody knows. But they're the Steelers. They're still a good quality team. But the Ravens this year. The Ravens look fantastic. They're coming in 12-5, 5 losses. But the first two they lost to the Chiefs, obviously. 1 toe away from a win there. And then the Raiders, which is a bad loss. But they're coming with a 4-game winning streak, with their best wins coming from Bills, Steelers, Texans, 30-20 on Christmas, obviously, and the Broncos 41-10. And this team, it's very good offense. The defense is really good at times too. So I'm gonna go Ravens. I mean, this defense, man. Kyle Hamilton, Van Noy, Roquan Smith, Marlon Humphrey at times. And the offense, I mean, you got Lamar, you got Henry, you got Flowers, you got Andrew, and you got Bateman. So I mean, it's perfect. Derrick Henry's been fantastic, obviously, this year. Lamar, an MVP caliber player. I think he might win MVP. We'll see how that goes. But I don't know. I'm going Ravens here. Honestly, easy. Okay, Broncos and Bills. Also, the Chargers and Texans was my lock. I'm going Chargers there. And I'm going to go with the Bills against the Broncos. No surprises there. I mean, the Broncos, they haven't been here in a long time. But the Bills, they're coming with a vengeance. Josh Allen, obviously trying to win the AFC and win the Super Bowl. That's obviously what the Bills want to do, but we'll see. I'm going with the Bills over the Broncos, though. Okay. We go down to the NFC, Rams and Vikings. I think this is going to be a really good game, but I'm going to go with the Vikings. And, I mean, the Vikings, they've had some close games with bad teams, but so have the Rams. I mean, and the Vikings are 14-3. They do pretty well in the playoffs. Rams, I don't think they can do. I don't think they have enough. But we'll see. The Rams, they have some really good wins. It'll surprise you. But so do the Vikings. That's why I'm going with the Vikings over the Rams for an NFC North matchup. Okay, Buccaneers and Commanders. I heard a lot of people going with the Commanders in this game, and it kind of shocked me because, I mean, the Buccaneers last year, they looked fantastic, and I think they're going to do it again. I'm going Buccaneers with an upset. I just don't see this as an upset. I mean, Buccaneers, you have to talk about their wins. Listen to their wins. Eagles, Lions, Commanders, Chargers. That's 4 huge wins right there. They've beat teams that they've had to beat, like the Saints, Panthers. They've taken control. I mean, Levante Davis, Antoine Winfield on the defense, they've been really good. And, of course, Baker Mayfield, fantastic playoff player. I think he comes around. I think Buccaneers beat the Commanders and take an upset, I guess. Okay, Eagles and Packers. This is going to be my lock, and I'm going with the Eagles. I mean, they're the Eagles. I think they're fantastic. 14-3, their wins. Ravens, Commanders, Rams, Packers, but that was week 1, and Steelers. So, I mean, the Eagles have beat the Packers before, so I'm going Eagles. Okay, now Chiefs and Chargers. I'm going with the Chiefs. There's not really much thought. Chiefs have beat the Chargers twice this year, and I think they get a third, and it's the Chiefs in the playoffs. I don't see him leaving this early. Conference champ for, 8th, 9th time? 7th time, maybe? I don't know. But here's the big game. Here's the big game that everybody's going to be watching. Chiefs and Chargers is an okay game, but Bills and Ravens is the game of the playoffs, in my opinion. Other than the Super Bowl, probably, but I'm still going. I think this is the game of the season. But Bills and Ravens. Okay, here, Bills, 13-4, fantastic. Only team to really beat the Chiefs. I mean, the best wins come from the Lions, 48-42, scoring 48 against a really good Lions defense. Chiefs, obviously, and the Cardinals is their third best win. So they've had two really good wins, and then kind of go down to the Cardinals. So, I don't know. Von Miller, Matt Milano, and James Cook have really been the big pieces, in my opinion, and Josh Allen, obviously. But, I don't know. The Ravens, I think they are for real. I'm going with the Ravens over the Bills. You take a look at this team. You take a look at the last 4 games. They've worked really dominant. 12-5. I know they're 12-5. I know that's not really a great record in the playoffs, but it doesn't matter. You just have to get that one win. They've beat the Bills earlier in the season. Steelers, Texans, Broncos. Lamar, Henry, Flowers, they have a lot of experience. So does the Bills. But I'm going with the Ravens, and I guess an upset. I think this is kind of 50-50 for people, but I'm going Ravens. Okay, Lions and Vikings. I think the Lions have a comfortable win. This is going to be my lock of the round. I mean, you saw it in the last game of the season. The Vikings, when they would start getting a drive together, they would just squander it. And the Lions, they looked comfortable. They looked good. 31-9 the finish. Lions, I'm going with the Lions over them, 15-2. Branch Arnold Smith. They beat the Vikings twice. They beat the Packers twice. Texans, Rams. And, yeah. Okay, Buccaneers and Eagles. I think this is just talent over everything else. I mean, I'm going with the Eagles. I think this is actually an easy pick for me. Buccaneers, they're good. The Buccaneers, they're fantastic. I mean, you take a look at the Buccaneers versus the Lions. The Buccaneers won this game over the Lions, but look at the game. Lions, 463 total yards, 324 passing yards, 139 rushing yards for a Lions team that lost the game and only put up 13. So they just could not finish in the red zone. And the Bucs, they only had 216 yards in total, 146 passing and 70 rushing. I mean, that's not going to get it done. And the Eagles, they have a fantastic defense. 14-3. Steelers, Ravens, Commanders, Rams, Packers. Man, they look good. Jalen Hurts look pretty good. But he's going to come back from an injury that he suffered a couple weeks ago. Saquon, he doesn't have the playoff experience, but it's Saquon Barkley. He will be able to do it. An MVP caliber player. I think he's also going to be up there. I don't think he's going to get it, though, because he's a running back. A.J. Brown, Jalen Carter on the defense, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Jalen Carter on the defense. Yeah, they're going to be really good. Okay, Final Four. 1 seed Chiefs, 3 seed Ravens, 1 seed Lions, 2 seed Eagles. Kind of boring. But I'm going... Man, this is so tough. It's the Chiefs. It's so tough. It's tough to bet against the Chiefs. But I'm doing it. The Chiefs have had their time. This Ravens team is for real. They finished the season on fire. I'm going with the Ravens. I can't go with the Chiefs. I just can't. They have not... You know why. The Chiefs, I think they're frauds. I mean... Everybody thinks they're fraud. I'm going with the Ravens. I've already talked about their team so much because it's fantastic. Almost no weak spots in the whole Ravens team. Chiefs, there are some weak spots, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, I'm going Ravens over Chiefs. Okay, Lions and Eagles. This is a big... I think the last was my lock for Ravens over Chiefs because these games are so tight, both to each other. Lions and Eagles, this one is so difficult. But when you look teams side by side, the Eagles start to kind of get a lead. And you look at the Eagles' wins. I mean, Steelers, Ravens, Commanders, Rams, Packers. They've done good against quality, good teams. The Lions, you kind of look at their schedule, and they kind of won by 7 or something like that. I'm going with the Eagles. This team is so good. The Eagles team is so good, offensively and defensively. They've had to deal with honestly kind of a tough conference. With the Cowboys at times has been good, Commanders obviously, and not really the Giants. I don't know, not really a good conference. I don't know why I said that. Okay, Ravens and Eagles in the Super Bowl. I think this is a really tight game. I think this is going to be a fantastic Super Bowl if it comes down to this point. Probably won't because I'm making the predictions. But, man, this Ravens team. But the Eagles. I say I'm going to go one team, and then I look at the other team in the roster, and I switch it up. This is a coin flip in my opinion. but I'm going with the Ravens. Lamar is going to have one of the best seasons, playoff postseasons, in my opinion. I got the Ravens winning. The Ravens will be the 2025 Super Bowl champions over the two Eagles. And, you know, share your opinions in the comments. There'll probably be some opinions. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later.